Ooh, look at that, it's spooky day. Unless you're one of the vast majority of people who will end up watching this video on a different day. Anyway, here's one more Japanese ghost story as recorded by Lafcadio Hearn. This is the story of Hoichi the Earless. In the Yamaguchi prefecture, there lived a blind man named Hoichi. He was trained as a child to play the biwa and quickly surpassed his teachers. Soon after setting out to make a career as a bard, he was invited to play at the Amidaji Temple, and the priest was so delighted by Hoichi's music that he allowed the young man to live at the temple rent-free as an entertainer for him and his guests. One evening, the priest was called away to serve at a funeral and left Hoichi there alone. It was a hot summer night, so rather than going to bed, he sat outside and plucked idly at his instrument, listening for his friend's return. But after many hours in his sightless solitude, Hoichi heard the approach of unfamiliar footsteps, accompanied by the distinct clatter of a samurai's armor. Hoichi! Hello? Pardon me, sir, but I can't see—
Do not fear! I am the retainer of an esteemed noble family. My lord is visiting this province, and having heard tell of your musical prowess, they summon you to their abode.
Oh, well, that's very flattering. I'd be honored to—
Very good, we shall set forth at once.
The samurai led him swiftly into the night, and Hoichi soon lost all sense of where they were going. Eventually, he perceived that they had passed through a gateway into some large compound, and the samurai called out,
I have come with Hoichi!
"Thank you, sir. I'll take it from here. Welcome, Hoichi."
You're welcome!
Welcome, Hoichi-san. Our lord will be most pleased to hear you play tonight. Must be some lord. I didn't even know there was a place like this around. Come now, we mustn't keep them waiting.
Yeah.
And before Hoichi knew it, he found himself in the middle of a huge crowded room. All about him, voices chattered in the unmistakable dialect of nobility. Our honored guest shall now perform the tale of the Heike to the accompaniment of the biwa. Oh, you got it. Which portion of the epic would you prefer? You'll recite the Battle of Dan no Ura, for it is the most tragic. And so, Hoichi struck his biwa and sang of the climactic battle of the Genpei War, when the Heike and Genji clans clashed amidst the waters of the Shimonoseki Strait. The outnumbered Heike warriors fought valiantly, but as the battle raged on, the tide turned against them, and the Genji clan took the advantage. With defeat imminent, the women and children began casting themselves into the waters, so as not to be captured by the enemy. This was how the 6-year-old Emperor Antoku, in the arms of his own grandmother, met his tragic end. And so the once great Heike clan was no more. When Hoichi finished the story, his audience erupted into deafening wails of sorrow. As the floor shuddered with their cries, Hoichi could only sit there stunned by the grief that his own singing had caused. Afterward, he was brought back out to the gateway. Our lord was very pleased by your performance, Hoichi-san. I'm glad that's the word he chose. Indeed. You shall return to perform the tale of the Heike for the next 6 nights. It would be an honor. Remind me to bring a tip jar next time. A word of caution. Our lord is traveling in secret. For his safety, you will not breathe a word to anyone of these nightly visits. Is that understood? Sure, okay. Excellent. Our lord's retainer shall guide you home and return for you at the same time tomorrow night. Farewell. By the time Hoichi made it back home, no one at the temple had noticed his absence. But he had no such luck the following night. After the samurai returned to guide him back to the secret assembly, a servant of the temple found Hoichi's room empty. That morning, the priest confronted Hoichi, concerned as to why his friend would be venturing out alone so late. Oh, well, you see, I've just been going out to a place to do some stuff, and I can only do it at night. But it's fine, don't worry about it. Alrighty then, I believe you. Just stay safe out there, okay? Psst, you two are gonna follow his ass tonight. And so, on the third night that Hoichi left to play for the mysterious lord, the temple servant and the priest's acolyte followed behind. But Hoichi traveled much faster than they could have expected, and they soon lost track of him. And so they spent most of the night searching to no avail. It was only on the way back, walking along the beach, that they heard the sound of a biwa coming from the nearby cemetery. There they found Hoichi sat before the monument of Emperor Antoku, playing to an audience of countless ghostly orbs.
Alright, Hoichi, that's curtains. Let's get you home now. How dare you intrude on this most noble assembly?
Guys, what the hell are you doing here? Hoichi, are you aware that this noble assembly is 6 feet underground? Oh, it's possible I've been bewitched by restless spirits. Like, that would honestly explain a lot now that I think about it. The men rushed Hoichi back to the temple and told the priest all they had seen.
Oh dear, my poor friend. These past 3 nights, you've been playing your music to the restless spirits of the Heike clan. If you kept at it, they would have slowly sapped your life force away. But now that they've been angered, you're in much more immediate danger. The samurai! He'll come for me tomorrow night. Isn't there some priestly ritual you can do to protect me? Well, I'm gonna be at another funeral service then, but my acolyte is more than capable of performing the rites necessary for getting rid of spirits.
I am?
Yeah, of course I am.
Don't worry, Hoichi, I've got you covered.
Literally.
So this sutra will keep the ghosts away?
Not exactly.
It will make your body invisible to spirits, but only as long as you stay completely still and silent. After the samurai comes tonight and fails to bring you to his lord, the Heike shouldn't bother you anymore.
Wow, so he just won't be able to see me?
Not any part of you that's covered in my writing.
Oh, so...
Yeah, this next part will be awkward, but I'll try to get it done as fast as possible. As night fell, Hoichi sat still on the veranda as if meditating and waited for the samurai's return.
Hoichi! Hoichi! Where are you? I see. Hoichi cannot respond to my call because he has no mouth with which to do so. Only his ears remain.
Oh shit.
What a predicament! My lord commanded me to bring him Hoichi, but there is so little of the man to retrieve. In order to preserve my honor, I must fulfill my order to the fullest extent possible. These will have to do.
And the samurai departed with Hoichi's bloody ears and never again returned. The priest saw that his poor friend got the best medical care available, and in time, Hoichi made a full recovery. Word of his horrifying adventure quickly spread, and wealthy patrons from all over visited the temple to hear the music of the man who serenaded ghosts. And Hoichi became a legendary musician. But from then on, he was known only as Hoichi the Earless.